Good evening, everybody. My name is Andrew Shepherd, Chair of the Townsend Planning Board. I call this meeting to order at 6:30 p.m. I'd like to have a roll call of all the board members present.
Carol Hobbs is present.
Hartley Flushaw present.
Andrew Shepherd present. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to thank all of our veterans, those who are currently serving here and abroad, their families, and those who contribute their time to public service. I think we owe them our gratitude. This meeting is being recorded and will be uploaded to the Town of Townsend YouTube channel. I do not have any additions or deletions tonight. So, excuse me. So 1.5 is to discuss and approve the draft meeting minutes from December 15th. Did everyone have a chance to look them over?
I did, yes.
Okay. Any comments? Anything?
Not for me.
I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes from 12/15.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of December 15th, 2025.
Awesome.
I second that motion.
I gotta get used to the new process, so let's go around and say our name and our vote.
Carol Hobbs, yes.
Hartley Flushaw, yes.
Andrew Shepherd, yes. Thank you, guys. Okay. 2.1, review legal response of proposed zoning amendments to 145-29. Excuse me. So that uses allowed by special permit within the OCD are subject to a new provision via changes to the definition of hotel motel. 2.1.
Can I ask for a favor?
Please, Beth.
Could you just let Kieran speak for a moment?
Oh, most
He's
certainly.
here as a visitor.
Mr. Interim Town Administrator, I understand you have some
Visiting.
something to share, maybe on the
Yeah, I guess I
subject.
just wanted to introduce myself and first and foremost say thank you to everybody who volunteers on this board and cross-pollinates to other boards in town. I know there's a lot of folks doing a lot of the same roles, which is always fun and true of many, many communities in Massachusetts. So thank you. I'll work, sort of hand in hand with Beth. I certainly come from a land use perspective to sort of help champion some of the projects you guys are working on and hopefully be a resource to your group along the way. Sort of come from a development, volunteer conservation perspective in general. So hope I can bring some of the goals you guys have, keep being a champion for them and sort of taking it from there. So I appreciate just a few moments and always happy to listen and ideally make the town administrator's office even more successful compared to any other experiences you guys have had. Just keep working away.
Awesome.
And sorry for not being in person. I had to run home to get the dog. So I'm on doggy daycare in the afternoon sometimes. So I have to bolt out. So I'm going to do it tomorrow night too. So I'm going to bolt out, come back for a FinCom meeting, which should be fun, I've heard. So I think Carol's going to get sick of me real quick. So
I don't think so.
yeah, we'll see. We'll have a little fun along the way, but thank you for letting me join in, and I'll listen for a little bit and then let you guys keep doing the great things you're doing. So thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Very kind. Certainly thank you. We appreciate you. We're glad to have gotten to know you in your different capacity and excited for this new adventure. So,
I hope so.
yeah. Okay, so 2.1 is to review the town council's comments on what we've been doing with the zoning board. I don't know if either of you had a chance to read it over.
Yeah, I did read his comments.
Beth, do you have any comments on that specifically? Evan?
No.
Okay. Just because you've been more in the weeds, I think.
I got a little bit difficult to follow, but I think in general, it sounds like, it's going to be a difficult final, approval by the Attorney General, even if the town meeting does approve it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if you can draft different language or what makes sense. If you want to go back to the ZBA who requested it and ask them if they want to review, you know, what town council wrote and then take another look at it. I'm not sure, you know, what the next steps would be.
I feel like, or I guess maybe open it up to Hartley and Carol, or, you know, what you guys had for reactions or thoughts.
I guess when I read his comments, I got a little bit, well, first off, it's like, it didn't seem like we should be presenting it for a town vote,
Mhm.
because it sounds like the state would come back and say no.
Sure.
And then we wouldn't look very good if we, you know, if we put it out there and the town voted yes, and then the state comes back and says, you can't do it. Then the other thing, as you go read further down, it starts talking about lodging. I couldn't print it, but it talks about lodging fees and different things that apply from the state.
Yeah.
And so now my question is, have these people, because it designated a hotel motel, have they not been paying the fees
Yeah.
that they should have been paying all these years?
Mm.
I mean, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, sure.
And is that money this town should have been getting? So, you know, this could open up a can of worms that was unintended. So I don't know if we need to go back to the zoning board and say, you better look at what Adam wrote and rethink what what you're doing.
Sure, sure.
Mhm.
Beth, have has zoning board received this feedback?
No.
Okay.
Mhm.
Harley, do you have any thoughts?
I agree with Carol. We don't want any trouble with the state, so let's proceed with caution on this and make sure that when it's put together, we'll avoid any, you know, loose ends or unintended consequences.
Okay, so I would think that probably from our end to take no substantive action, you know, I'd feel comfortable with, or at least like kind of kick it back to the zoning
Good
board.
board,
Yeah.
and let them review Adam's comments
Yeah.
and see how they want to go from there after they look at Adam's comments.
Yeah,
I think that's,
sure.
agree with that.
Beth, would you need a vote, or would you feel comfortable with that?
I think that's fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair
just bring it, I'll just make sure it goes back to the ZBA for their consideration with the understanding that, the planning board is, not gonna take any action on it.
Yeah,
basically.
We
at this time.
can't dis-
Certainly happy to entertain things in the future, but I think, yeah,
Yeah,
you know, not right now.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's 2.1. 2.2 is the stormwater management regulations first draft. What I couldn't
Andrew?
tell, yes,
I'm
Lori.
sorry, I didn't say I was here before, but Kieran has his hand up.
Oh,
Yeah, just on the topic of, you don't mind me revisiting 2.1 there, is there a specific question for the zoning board of appeals? Because I think it's going to end up back at town council. So I just want to make sure I have to be the one that works with town council. Is there something you want answered, or you're just not sure you're in the position to make a call on it?
I think, I read it a little while ago, so I don't want to bring it top of mind, but I think my impression was more that it didn't sound particularly robust from what the town council's opinion was on it. And it didn't seem like a sound idea to, and maybe I'm reading it wrong, but to put it before the town and have a high level of uncertainty about, you know, whether it's right, whether it's wrong, whether it blow back or not. And it just didn't seem to be a well enough proposed solution.
Okay.
Andrew,
Yeah.
if you don't mind, while you're still on that one question, I think it is appropriate to send it back to zoning and tell them to see what Andrew said. We have to an attorney on that board. and perhaps he would give a better interpretation to then recommend something to planning after that. So I think that's a safe way to go at this time. I also think, and perhaps Beth has already done this, because this was sort of said in the couple of meetings that I heard, was that the applicant or the current owner really should have an attorney. Because I mean, we've done spot zoning in Townsend before, and it exists in Townsend now. So I don't know. I'm not an attorney, and I don't have enough experience to say that the AG's office will or will not go along with this, because they have gone along with other spot zoning before. So I I think you're right not to have an answer now and see what else they come up with. So I just wanted to support that. Thank you.
Thanks, Lori. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, 2.2 is the stormwater management regulations, first draft. Beth, what I couldn't tell is I saw the approval to have town council review the draft. Is the draft that's there, has it been reviewed?
Well, it has been, I'm not seeing it in the folder, but I'm pretty sure I put it in here. I'm sorry.
I thought I saw
It's a-
approval for legal review.
I thought there was a
Yeah.
request or something.
Yeah, so
Really?
it went out to legal about a week and a half ago. So it's already been reviewed. Let me back up. All the changes were made. Bob Garside had sent them to me. I incorporated them. And I sent that, it's all in the regulations. I sent that to EPA. They came back and made a few comments. I incorporated those comments and then sent it to Adam.
Okay.
So at this point, we're waiting on town council's review. And if it can stay within the regulations, as soon as we get his review, it's good to, we can schedule the public hearing and approve it and be done.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's what will happen. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Awesome. All right. So I don't think, unless, I know Brett had particular comments about stormwater and he's not here with us tonight. Certainly, I think if there's anything that he wishes to include that's reasonable and doesn't, of course, change the legal requirements of what needs to be in there, would be worth considering at some point, maybe during the public hearing, but he's not here tonight to share those thoughts.
Okay.
If he had it. So, okay, we're good on 2.2.
Yeah, so just so you know, 2.2 is strictly for compliance.
That's right.
With the AO, yeah.
I just figured if he's got something simple that had to do with that,
Oh, yeah.
then while we're already doing it, I don't see why kind of looping it into one couldn't work.
You still, no, because you still want to loop it through legal
Sure.
before you approve it.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
and right now, the regulations are at minimum, as you can see, we're adding to them.
Sure,
To
sure.
stay in compliance.
Mhm.
Sure.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure there's anything that's going to be taken out of them
Sure.
at this point,
I get you.
just my guess.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay, so 2.3 is the Economic Development Project DLTA final report.
Oh, yeah, I did get an update from Glenn Eaton. I believe he said he would have the final done, by the 14th. And that, was incorporating the comments that we received.
Mhm.
There weren't a lot of comments submitted. There are a couple of them that, I sent along and they were gonna finalize it and send it back, by Wednesday, the 15th. And then he wanted to come in and meet with me for a work session, just to make sure that the document was adequate, and then we'll bring it to the next board meeting.
Yeah, okay.
Either that or I'll circulate it after we have that meeting and you guys can look it over.
Cool. Okay. So the 2.4 is the Route 119 corridor analysis study implementation update. So Beth and I were part of a meeting with members of the Mass DOT District 3. And that was I think it was an okay meeting. They had like a pretty large team on there. We kind of asked them, about the process and stuff. They They certainly didn't commit to doing anything or any money or reforms, but the biggest thing that they committed to was that they're including the whole corridor in their RSA, which was a, what's the road survey?
Safety audit.
Road safety audit.
Okay,
So that's kind of their first step before they determine if they're going to put any state monies towards anything. They did tell us that one of their main metrics for viewing how they contribute state dollars would be doing an RSA, and then certainly if it fell in like the top 200, I can't remember what they called it, like
Oh, yeah.
incidents or
Yeah.
traffic problem areas.
Right.
And that they haven't looked at it previously as a corridor. They've only looked at it as the four-way intersection.
oh, okay,
And that intersection did not make that top 200 list, but we don't know enough. We briefly were able to email back and forth with Brian from MRPC, who helped with the presentation.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if, when you expand the corridor, you're starting to add a lot more crashes and incidences and
how
such.
far is the corridor? I mean, would,
I think it's Edwards Road
Oh,
to,
just that section, the one that the study
correct,
did?
the one that
Okay.
MRPC did.
Okay, it's not gonna go further,
No, I don't think so.
okay,
But now the state's gonna look at it as a corridor opposed to just. the
okay,
four-way
but just that
intersection.
one,
Yeah.
yeah, that one section that they did the study on,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So, and it sounded like they wouldn't commit to any hard dates or anything, but it sounded like, February, March, they would try to start studying it.
Okay,
But I guess I'll remind the board from the earliest conversation I had with them, because I know I don't know if it would be contention or just concern about what could happen there. They told me that it was at least a 5 to 10 year timeline if they were to do anything at all, so.
yeah, it's never, nothing's ever fast, but I did see, was it the highway department had said he could do a couple of small things
Yes,
for
yes.
improvement there?
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
encouraging. Some
Encouraging.
striping and.
Yeah.
yeah,
Jim
Yep,
Jim
yep,
Smith said that, yeah.
so,
Absolutely. And there is an example, Andrew was saying, an example of a road safety audit that was shared with us. If you guys want to take a look at what that looks like. There's one that he provided, Brian from MRPC
oh, okay,
provided an example, and I can send that out just so you know what they're gonna be doing out there.
okay,
that's not in the folder, is it?
It's not, but I do have it in the email, remember, so I
Oh,
can
okay.
drop it in
okay,
there.
yeah,
You can
take a
review
look
it.
at it,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
kind of see what they do,
It's a good start.
yeah.
So let's see, okay, so we're good on 2.4. 2.5, appoint a planning board representative to the capital planning committee, term to end on June 30th, 2026. Carol, I understand you held that
Yes,
role
I
for
did.
3 years. You bootlegged it.
I guess I did.
Yeah.
So,
Would you have, I
I
also,
don't, no, I actually only did it for a year, but I guess my term was 3 years. See,
Oh,
I
okay.
thought it was good for.
yeah, you enjoy it so much.
It's not bad.
Would you have any interest in continuing?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. So I'd like to entertain a motion to appoint Carol to the capital planning committee with a term to expire June 30th, 2026.
I second the motion.
How about you make it and I'll second it?
Okay, oh, sorry.
That's fine. We're on.
I make the motion to appoint Carol Hoffs, our planning board representative to the capital planning committee, term to end on June 30th, 2026.
Second. I'd like to go around the table.
Can I vote?
You can.
Okay,
You got a
Carol
second?
says yes.
Yeah, I said
Hartley Plushill, yes.
Andrew Shepherd, yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, congratulations, Carol.
Okay, great.
Okay, 2.6 is the ZBA mandatory referral, 241, 247 Main Street. I looked it over. I didn't have any direct comments. I'm not sure.
Is that the building where the front place is underneath?
Mhm. Yeah,
Is that where they want to put the
they're
apartment?
proposing another unit in the basement.
Basement.
Yeah, I think there was a flooring store.
Here or something, you got
Yeah.
flooring store, is that
Yeah.
going away?
Yes,
Oh, that
Yes,
is.
they want to convert that to residential unit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I was gonna go see them, but I guess I won't. They're closing down, so.
Did either of you have any comments on those?
No, I looked at it, and it's like, it's fine.
I
Yeah,
think there's a form in there for referral.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna write no comment.
Hey,
Okay.
Carol, they're in Littleton now, so
oh, they're in Littleton?
The
Yeah.
form?
same
Oh, the
owners.
flooring people?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're in Littleton.
I'll catch you offline.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right. So 2.6, now let's go. Okay, section 3.1. So Hartley, would you be able to read just about all of these? 3.1 is a letter to the Townsend Planning Board from Peter Campo Basso, who currently is on, and Esquire, and it's the release of the performance guarantee, Harbor Trace Road, Cooperage Way, dated 12/15/2025.
The law offices of Peter A. Campobasso, PC. Dear Andrew, this letter is a formal request pursuant to the Town of Townsend General Bylaws, Chapter 175, Article 2, Section 175-19, for full release of the $20,000 bond and accumulated interest for Harbor Trace Road and Cooperage Way. This bond was placed with the town back in 2008. See paperwork attached. Evidence of completion of the ways and utilities has been provided to the board and Department of Public Works. 6 complete sets of as-built plans and profiles, as well as the recorded easement deeds, were provided to R. Eric Slagle, Town Administrator, last January 2024. Please place this request on the planning board's agenda for its January 12th, 2026 meeting. Let me know if you need anything further. Thank you. Very truly yours, Peter A. Campobasso, Esquire.
So Peter, I see that we have you on, I think.
Yes,
But thank you for the letter. I believe, of course, we are in receipt of it, and I believe it's being processed.
Yep, and we have a warrant that you guys can sign tonight. Should be in your file. I didn't give it to you. Okay, well, here it is. You can review it and sign it.
I don't have any issue. I don't know.
yeah, this goes back to an original subdivision that was approved back in, I think, 2001, 2002. There was a tri-party agreement originally with a lender and the developer, and it converted to a performance bond. And then once the majority of the work was done, the performance bond was reduced to the remaining $20,000. So took a while to tighten up the loose ends, but it finally happened. So everything was signed off. I keep saying last year, but it was actually in 2024. So, but everything seems to be in order. So it makes sense to release the bond at this point.
I believe we're in the process of signing the warrant now, and we'll give that to Beth, and processing time will be municipal, I believe.
Yes, yeah. So
Is
you
this
might
your
want,
No, I think it's Andrew's.
so you might want to just take a vote there, just, vote to approve the warrant for payment.
Okay, I'd like to entertain a vote to, you're going to read it.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
It's easy.
I'd like to entertain a vote to approve a warrant for payment for the release of performance guarantee for Harbor Trace Road, Cooperage Way. You can say so moved.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Okay, so motion's been made. I second the motion.
Fantastic.
Thank-
Okay, we'll go around for the vote.
Carol Hofstas, yes.
Hartley Plashaw, yes.
And Andrew Shepherd, yes.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank
Have a good night, everybody. Do you need
Good night.
me any further, or are we all set?
No,
Yeah, we'll work with, the treasurer, as you saw in the emails and, make sure we get that check to you.
Thank you
Let's do
very
that.
much for your help, Beth.
You're welcome.
Have a good night.
You as well.
Thank
Good night.
Okay, Harley, would you mind reading 3.2 memo to the planning board
3.2.
from Sherry Bean, senior planner of MRPC?
Okay. The Montechusett Regional Planning Commission, MRPC, is beginning the early stages of developing the federal fiscal year, FFY, 2027 Unified Planning Work Program, UPWP. The UPWP for the Montechusett Metropolitan Planning Organization, MPO, is an annual financial programming document prepared as part of the federally certified transportation and transit planning process. This document outlines the MPO's transportation and transit planning tasks, including associated budgets and funding sources for the current program year. The purpose of the UPWP is to ensure a comprehensive, cooperative, and continuing 3C transportation planning process in the Leominster-Fitchburg urbanized area and the Montechusett region. It also promotes coordination of planning efforts among communities within the region. If your community has a specific project need, please let us know. Example tasks may include intersection studies, corridor analysis, multimodal studies, walkability/bikeability, trail planning, safety analysis, freight truck issues, transit-related studies. If you have any questions, please contact me at 978-345-7376, extension 315, or sbean@mrpc.org. We can discuss your ideas and how they may fit into the UPWP. Please note, these studies are funded through our transportation planning contract with MassDOT, Federal Highway Administration, and Federal Transit Administration, and do not require local funds. Some studies can serve as background information for communities to initiate projects with MassDOT, Department of Transportation, potentially leading to improvements in your community. Please submit your project request by February 6, 2026.
Thank you, Harley.
You're welcome.
Beth, do we have any ideas or anything we would submit?
I know that the Route 119 corridor study, is recently been received. So, I think there was one other thing, I don't know, I figured the board would discuss some of the ideas that you
Sure.
had. I sent something to Sherry, but.
Do you guys have any thoughts or ideas or?
No.
The one thing that I've thought about, and this may be a silly idea or it may be unapplicable, given like thinking through the 119 corridor analysis
Mhm.
and kind of the length of time it would take, what could we do on our end to attempt to incentivize something? And I have wondered if it would be worth attempting to see if we could get on MRPC, like we did with Joe Boyle, to think about like an overlay district for that area of town, like the shopping center and such.
Yeah.
And I think the only mechanism to get private funding to do any change there would be able to say something to the effect of, hey, if we zone or provide an option for some higher level of density housing here, it's not state required, and we're gonna require, given the proximity to the river, maybe you trench sewer from Pepperell, and when you're doing that, we want you to change the traffic flow, in and out of that area. That's just kind of like a thought, either silly or not silly, that I've thought of.
Oh, Pepperell's on sewage.
Yeah, or some of it,
Oh, didn't know that.
certainly have no idea if they've got capacity or anything like that, or the particulars of doing something like that, but I don't know if that would be applicable under this, or this seems more granular.
Transportation related.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one thing that I mentioned is, do you remember in the presentation where Grace was talking about that's gonna be accessibility of the trail?
Yeah.
This
Yep.
particular,
Yeah,
one here, remember this? She was talking about that project, and that's what I'm wondering if, she had mentioned LEAP funding for
Oh,
it.
Yeah.
it's from like going from Hannaford's down to the trail,
Yeah. that
some kind of
s-
an access.
Yeah, and I'm
path.
wondering if that might work where it is related to pedestrian, bicycle, and, transit.
I mean, I've walked behind Hannaford's there. There's places where it's really not that, it's just a short little, it wouldn't take much to make a short little
Yeah.
path.
Yeah, fancy it up maybe, make it ADA accessible, something like that.
Mm.
That'll move traffic in this back corridor, and connect to the Squanicook Trail. I think that's more, it might be a possibility to do at a UPWP, but it really has to be related directly to transportation.
that one is, right?
Yeah, I think it might.
It might.
Yeah, it might.
Because if you went McDonald's is a little steeper slope.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Would, Beth, would you have time to put together something, a type of application?
I would, yeah, I have reached out to Sherry Bean regarding, already just a general thought, or what she thinks this might be applicable, as a spin-off to the Route 119 corridor study,
Sure.
so we'll see what she says, yeah.
yeah,
Lori is our select board rep. Do you have any thoughts or ideas, or has the select board thought about this? If you're still with us.
Lori, if you could unmute.
That's okay.
Yes, I'm just trying to juggle three things at the same time,
Oh, that's okay.
then going into water. So I don't have anything else for you. I just wanted to listen to what was going on and had my thoughts on that zoning issue.
Sure. Gotcha.
Any
No
questions for
worries.
me?
What was that, Lori?
Do you have any questions for me?
Well, right now, we're just discussing a MRPC request for projects relative to transportation. And we, as the planning board, one of our ideas is more pedestrian use within that corridor analysis and integrating the rail trail to the Harbor Village Plaza. But I wasn't sure if you as select person or if the select board had any distinct thoughts or desires for transportation studies or anything like that.
Not anything that we've, spoken about, but I certainly would be in favor of any enhancements to the rail trail or access to, and the continuation of, if that was a possibility for them to do. Hartley should be able to, from his MRPC meetings, get some input from the commissioners or whoever the planners are now that could help us with that, for sure.
Sure.
I would keep on them.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Beth's gonna, I believe, work on getting feedback and seeing if we can put in an application on that.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. And make sure Karen knows, because he is still doing our grant applications.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Lori.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Hartley, 3.3,
3.3,
letter from Nextamp.
yes.
So, this one, I think, it's addressed to Andrew, right?
Technically,
Dear members of the Townsend Planning Board,
Oh, okay.
that's addressed.
I don't know, I don't think you have to recuse yourself from this. This is correspondence.
Yeah,
We're good.
I guess for the record, I'll say
And I'll
I
update.
recuse myself, but because it's just
Decision.
correspondence, I'm not gonna leave the room.
Yeah. Sure.
Dear members of the Townsend Planning Board, we appreciate the board's review of our annual vegetation report and the deliberation held during the October 6, 2025 meeting. Pursuant to the board's 3-to-1 vote approving the existing site landscaping configuration, in which the landscaping was described as neat, well-maintained, and without vegetative screening, we hereby submit this formal request to amend the special use permit and corresponding site plan to conform with current site conditions. The requested modification pertains specifically to the removal of the vegetative screening requirement and the associated conditions outlined in the original permit. We respectfully request that the planning board approve this modification to bring the official permit documentation into alignment with the project as it exists today. Please advise if there are any additional materials or procedural steps required to complete the modification process. We look forward to your confirmation and are ready to provide any further information the board may need. Sincerely, Lawrence Provost III, 101 Summer Street, second floor, Boston, Mass. 02110.
Excellent.
Okay, and just a follow-up on that, I did have been in correspondence with the permit holders, and they've been advised that for this modification, they need to file for modification of the original approval. And I've had a look at, they've sent me a draft of that already, just for a quick, how does this look? And I've been correspondent, back in correspondence, giving feedback on that. And I expect that they'll submit that, in the near future. Okay, so.
Okay. Hartley, would you mind also doing 3.4?
3.4. This is from the Ellison Roy Civil Design Group, addressed to us, the planning board. Dear members of the board, on behalf of the applicant, Dillis and Roy Civil Design Group, Inc., has reissued the attached, quote, as-built plan, close quote, dated January 6, 2026. The plan depicts the installed infrastructure, including the roadway, cul-de-sac, stormwater swales, check dams, culverts, detention basins, and outlet control structures. The attached plan was previously issued in 2022. I performed a subsequent inspection of the site on December 30th, 2026, and found the current site conditions consistent with the previously issued plan and associated photographs. As such, with this letter, I am certifying to the board the stormwater system was constructed and is functioning in accordance with the approved plans. There is a further certification found on the attached plan. We trust this meets your needs at this time. If you have any questions or require any additional information, please do not hesitate to contact me. Regards, Civil and Roy Civil Design Group, Inc., Gregory S. Roy, PE, President.
And to follow up on that, both highways, I did review, staff has reviewed the as-built, and highway did go out today and do the final site inspection, as did I for land use. And both our reports are in the folder. And I did reach out to the applicant, because what this is all documentation for the certificate of completion. That's what they're trying to do, which is almost complete. But I did note a couple of things that they needed to do. They need to do some recording of the operation and maintenance manual and the erosion control plan. Those two things have to be recorded at the registry before the board can issue the certificate.
Okay.
So I did send them that email today, and I put a copy in your folders, and we're waiting to hear back now from them, and hopefully at the January 26th meeting, we'll be able to go ahead and issue that.
Okay.
It's almost there.
Okay.
Good motion, good forward movement.
Hartley, 3.5?
3.5, this is from the Office of the League Select Board, Townsend, Massachusetts, date 12/30/2025, to all elected and appointed officials, department heads, boards and committees, from Sabrina Moore, Administrative Assistant to the Town Administrator, and Select Board Annual Town Report 2025. Once again, it is time to start preparing for the annual town report. I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who contributed to the Annual Town Report 2024. I am hoping for 100% participation again this year. Annual reports should be submitted by Friday, January 30th, 2026. Please submit your report to this office via email in Word format with black writing. The font should preferably be Garamond size 12. Pictures are appreciated and can be sent as a separate attachment or integrated in your report to selectboard@townsendmass.gov. appointed officials, department heads, boards, and committees. Just a reminder to please have your reports be factual, omitting feelings and/or opinions. Please include summaries of financials, activities, projects, and goals of 2025. I understand most boards and committees are volunteers with limited time and resources. If anyone needs assistance with their report, please do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you.
Okay.
Beth, how has this been handled? I take it this is the report I read in the annual, what is it, book,
Yeah, the
town
town
report,
all
where
report.
most all chairs or committee heads write a little thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Everyone submits something.
in the past, has Lori written, when she was chair, like something up, or?
I generally write it.
Okay.
Lori and I have drafted it together,
Okay.
and, you know, I give it to her and she drafts and, you know, edits and that kind of thing. And then the board reviews and votes on it, and then it goes
Okay.
to the final
Okay, cool. Have you,
submittal.
you haven't drafted one yet, have you?
Nope, I was just
Okay.
looking at this. When is the due date again? Friday, January 30th. So, yeah, I could circulate it before the January 26th meeting, and that way you can have a
Okay.
chance to,
Okay.
everybody will have a chance to review it.
What do we use for pictures of it? Didn't we use a picture and then,
What would you like to use this year?
Should we do a group photo?
no,
You don't wanna be memorialized in the town,
in the town handbook? No.
Hmm.
But we did submit a photo once.
Yeah, there was I think the Harbor Church was
Was
last
it,
year.
was it the Harvard Church?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Okay.
others have not been, just been like the river, the natural photos.
You could put
So,
the
yeah, come
fire
up with some
museum,
ideas.
the fire museum.
Oh,
in it.
yeah, that would be great. No?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
the fire museum's really
Yeah.
pretty.
That would be great. All right.
There's some guy, I've seen it on Facebook, there's some like local photographer that's taking some stunning shots
Oh, really?
of the fire museum.
Oh, great.
Some
Yeah,
of the others.
Norman Bedard,
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
and for free, and they're wonderful.
Oh, nice.
Maybe-
That's a great idea, Carol, too, about the museum.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay, so that's good. And
Okay.
then Harley, take us home on
I'm
the
happy to.
3.6.
3.6. Town of Groton Planning Board, notice of decision. Notice is hereby given that the Groton Planning Board voted to approve the major site plan review application for the construction of an MBTA community multifamily residential development pursuant to the code of the Town of Groton, Chapter 218 zoning. Property location, 500 Main Street. Town of Pepperell Board of Appeals, notice of decision granted. Special permit to allow a home occupation for the purpose of operating a one-chair hair salon to be located in a small studio within existing space in the existing residence. Property located at 107 Groton Street, Pepperell, Massachusetts. Town of Pepperell Board of Appeals, notice of decision, a special permit has been granted for a zoning board of appeals special permit at 119 Lowell Road, Pepperell, Massachusetts. Town of Shirley Planning Board. The Town of Shirley's Planning Board will conduct a public hearing at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, January 21st, 2026 at the Town Office Building, 7 Edie Way, Shirley, Massachusetts. Application submitted by Brandon McCabe, Apple Valley Homes LLC, 3 Old Farm Lane, Pepperell, Massachusetts. Public hearing for a site plan review per section 7 of the protective zoning bylaws and special permit per section 371C5 relating to use regulations, uses allowed by special permit from the planning board, detached single-family dwelling. The applicant wants to construct a single-family dwelling on each lot. Town of Lunenburg Planning Board, public hearing, January 26th, 6:05 p.m., 17 Main Street, Lunenburg, Massachusetts, 301 Massachusetts Avenue, Planning Board site plan approval. modify the existing parking striping and signage, resulting in an overall reduction in the number of parking spaces while expanding the number of pickup parking spaces. Location 301 Massachusetts Avenue. Town of Lunenburg Planning Board, public hearing, January 26, 2026, 6:05 PM, 17 Main Street, Lunenburg, Massachusetts, 1 Main Street. Planning Board site plan approval for the remodeling of the building at 947 Massachusetts Avenue to accommodate the installation of a Dunkin' Donuts, which will utilize the existing drive-through window at this location. And finally, Zoning Board of Appeals, Townsend, Massachusetts. The Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing on Wednesday, February 4th, 2026 at 6:35 PM for a special permit under zoning bylaw sections 145-65 and 145-27C3. The mixed-use building at 241-247 Main Street, Assessors Map 51, Lot 94, Lot 0, was previously approved and built with 4 two-bedroom apartments and 2 one-bedroom apartments. The applicants propose to convert a basement commercial unit to a 1-bedroom apartment while removing 1 bedroom from an existing 2-bedroom apartment, converting it to 1 bedroom. This keeps the total at 10 bedrooms to comply with the approved septic permit limit. And those are the communications from our neighboring towns.
Thank you very much, Harley.
You're very welcome.
As always, there's the Citizen Planning Training Collaborative with online courses. And our next meeting is scheduled for January 26th, 2026, and then February 9th and February 23rd. Anybody, Beth, do you know, are we missing anything or any other comments from anybody or anything like that? Good of the order? Excellent. Like to entertain a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn at 7:18 PM.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it.